Hey guys, I'm Nito King, bringing you more of... Oh, not again. Whatever, Space Quest 6. Last time we had a whirlwind romance crop up and immediately fizzle out as Roger's coworker Stellar confessed that she has feelings for him. And there was also a lot of plot stuff, but to be honest, I don't think any of it really matters, especially since we're not going to see any more of it or hear anything else about it pretty much until the end of the game. Now, we do have a couple of mysteries to resolve from the very first episode, but for now, let's look at some stuff I missed before.
Ah, your old Xenon Army knife from Space Quest 1, in which you destroyed the powerful star generator which had fallen into the hands of the evil kleptomaniac Sarians. Leave it alone, it's not a toy. Besides, you'd probably cut yourself. Like last time.
Ah, memories. This really helped out in Space Quest 1. I just don't understand why it cuts me better than it does other things.
And now, an homage to Vicus.
We named the game after these. You know, Space Quest socks. Ah, there's nothing like... They would make a very effective weapon against any foe. Unfortunately, you can't bear to pick them up and be that close to them for any length of time. By now, they're probably stiffer than Mr. Spock. Stop lingering with the lingerie, put a sock in it, and get moving.
Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and see what our next assignment is going to be.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Wilco, Commander Kilbasa here. I have a special assignment for you. A crew person of special skills is required on Delta Berxilon 5. In the spirit of StarCon cooperation, we have decided to offer them your assistance. Transport there immediately. Kilbasa out.
Alright, so now we have something to do, but before we head to Delta Berxilon 5, I wanted to take the time to look around the ship a little bit. Start with the bridge. Of course, we've been there in the demo, but now we should have actual crew instead of lemon sorbet.
Janitor Wilco, why are you here? You're supposed to have gotten your orders from your compost as instructed and reported to transport for beaming to Delta Berxilon 5. Do it now, or I'll be forced to make you the subject and recipient of a captain's log entry. Now move it.
That's Commander Kilbasa, dummy. That's Dorf, the ship's chief of security. Don't pick at...
Janitor Wilco, why are you here?
Yeah, that's the same thing you said before.
Your words cause everything to become...
Oh, guess the only thing to do here is look at the other guys.
He's the ship's engineer. That's the communication officer. That's the science officer.
And that's everything interesting to do here. Let's check out a new area. We didn't get to go to the brig in the demo.
It's a hovercraft for transporting replicated food. You summon the ability to leave it alone.
Oh, wait, is someone in there?
Inside this cell is the creature from the Ego, a bizarre invisible monster caught on Rialto 4. It's violent, brutal, bloodthirsty, and is a sucker for insincere flattery.
Hey, handsome. Let's see that pretty little face. Impressive.
Oh, he doesn't need to be locked up.
Now there's a real bright idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one to suffer the consequences. In the event that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll save your embarrassment for another time.
Okay, now's another time.
Game over, man. Game over. Being a good Samaritan is one thing, but you should have been just a little skeptical about that move.
Alright, the only other interesting thing to do here is play around with a Mr. Soylent machine. We remember this one from the demo. No jingle, though. But I do remember the combination to get Bjorn Chow, so let's go ahead and pop that in here.
Something tells me you're thinking of the demo.
Demo?
Yeah, you remember, the demo that had more version numbers than the game?
Yeah. That demo.
You want this stuff? Maybe we should relegate the Roger Wilco character to demo-only status for the next game. You did have a brother, didn't you? Perhaps his IQ broke double digits.
I don't think I actually want that stuff.
Never mind.
Just a little Easter egg for those who remember the demo. So we're done there. Let's check out what's in the 8 rear now. Another place we went to in the demo, but should be more interesting in the real game. Or maybe not. I was actually hoping to bump into someone specific, but missed him.
An unusual plant specimen that someone left behind. It appears to be thriving here. Perhaps it prefers beer and popcorn to fertilizer and you grow it lamps. You summon the ability. You get a jump on senility by mumbling to yourself. Wow, this guy's really pounding down the popcorn. If he keeps it up at this rate, an intervention may be called for. Now this guy is a cool one. He's slam and bruise like many of the folks on the Space Quest team are going to do once they ship this Chartbuster. This is 8 Rear, the ship's loud.
Yeah, we already heard that description in the demo. So I could go to the Hollow Cabana, but there is honestly nothing there at all. Roger's quarters we just came from, so let's check the shuttle bay. Now we got into the actual shuttle bay in the demo, but in this version, there's a couple obstacles in the way. And they've got an interesting message scrolling across the top. Guess we better at least see who these guys are, right?
This is Magnum Opus. You owe him 200 buckazoids from a lost bet. In other words, scram. This is your dear crewmate, Chesbro. Magnum doesn't talk. He fancies himself to be like one of those Buckingham Palace types. You consider saying hi until you remember how dedicated he is to his job, and you wouldn't want him to get in trouble for slacking off while on duty. I wonder why you don't worry about that for yourself. I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not the touchy-feely type. An interesting thought, but you wouldn't want to give him the wrong idea about your intentions.
Alright, nothing much to do here, so I gotta walk away from the pad so that I can get to the compost. And we've already visited sickbay, so let's just move on to the transporter and get on with our mission. I'm gonna be quiet most of the rest of the time and just let the following scenes speak for themselves.
Okay, I'm ready. Energize!
Gee, I wonder what the joke is gonna be here.
Commander Kielbasa and that other guy look like they're just finishing up a conversation.
Janitor Wilco, Dr. Bellows and I were just talking about you. Please report to Sharpay's quarters, Janitor Wilco. She is in need of someone with your special skill set. Be quick about it.
Yes, sir.
Janitor, I believe you were given specific orders. Carry them out immediately.
Oh, well, sorry. I'll get right on it, sir.
Wilco, if you don't follow my orders immediately, I'll bust you down to... Oh, I forgot. You're already as low as you can get. Trust me, I'll make your life more miserable than it already is. Now move it.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Wilco, if you don't...
This display shows you the Ascendopad's current location. The wall panels of the Ascendopad are formed from a core of fiber steel between dual layers of expanded polycarbamide sheathing that's guaranteed not to rust, chip, peel, or need repainting for at least 12 millennia. This is probably more than you wanted to know. This hatch is closed, but it opens automatically when the Ascendopad is on the docking bay level, and there's a vehicle in the bay. You're about to ask, where am I? Until you notice that the little lights overhead actually spell out the name of the location. Wow! You mistake the dual layers of polycarbamide sheathing for some sort of lickable wallpaper, and you give the wall a lick.
Hey, the snozberries taste like snozberries. I bid thee open.
If you're going in there, Graham, I'm staying out here.
Ascendopad, take me away.
You press the Lab B button, but the Ascendopad doesn't move. Apparently you need some sort of clearance to get to Lab B.
So it won't open. I didn't want to go to Lab B anyway.
It looks a lot more detailed than it did in space. This portal is open, allowing you to pass through the shaft into one of the rooms.
Make way, here I come. Janitor second class, Roger Wilco, reporting as ordered, ma'am.
Wilco, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Mr. Wilco, I expected you here some time ago. I've been kept waiting for minutes now.
I'm very sorry, Matt.
Save the pathetic whimperings for your StarCon superiors, which I would expect includes everyone and everything on the food chain over there.
Ma'am, I came as...
Young man, I lack the time, and most importantly, the patience to indulge you as you whine your way from one excuse to the next. May we please just begin?
Sorry, but I wasn't briefed on what tasks would be required of me.
You are a janitor, Mr. Wilco. What do you think I want from you, a heart transplant? What has become of StarCon? When my fifth husband, Admiral Bluntthang, served, the crop of up-and-coming cadets seemed to have such promise. I recall this one rather striking cadet who... Oh, well, never mind that. But you... I pray you do not typify what might be slithering down the halls of our formerly prestigious academy. That is one thing I do not look forward to witnessing. Get to work, Mr. Wilco. You'll find a mop and a bucket right over there. I have no time to devote to your education. That would take a lifetime, and the most copious amount of patience a universe could muster. My life is soon to expire. Please, just clean. I must rest now.
The wrinkled one rests quietly in her crap-o-matic adjustable bed.
Don't even try it, Wilco. Just do what is asked of you.
Hello, ma'am.
Just do your duties, janitor.
It looks like a heart monitor. It must be amazingly sensitive since this crusty old beast appears rather heartless. It feels slightly gritty. Your words are so... A contaminated waste items receptacle stands awaiting contaminated waste items. I guess even the ill-rich must have some extravagances. Where's the cyber poodle? Oh, well, they're making them too well now anyway. You just can't seem to kick them hard enough.
No, ma'am. I'll get right on it, ma'am.
Yes, you've seen the hollow ads, you've seen the infomercials. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, the Crapmatic adjustable bed. Yes, there's no mistaking it. The programmable mattress shapes to at least 5 different skeletal types, as well as 2 non-skeletal modes. The Crapmatic harnesses the latest in time-proven, very versatile and patented Hydro-Riser technology. Don't be the last one in your colony to own the most capital-conscious therapeutic stationary device known to being kind, and at a price you'll find stunning. Some exoskeletal types not supported, not available in all quadrants. Please allow 2 to 3 light years for delivery. A clean towel dutifully hangs, awaiting its next use. Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been. Ah, a bucket, one of the staples of any janitor's arsenal. You've seen plenty of these babies in your lifetime. You start to see something.
Mr. Wilco, where do you think you're going? I am sure my friend the commander of StarCon intended for you to attend to me until otherwise ordered. I'd hate to have to tell him you were anything but committed to the task assigned and entrusted to you by your superiors. Mr. Wilco, I asked you to mop the floors. Do I have to get Commander Kilbasa in here to get you to do your job?
No, ma'am. I'll get right on it, ma'am.
Well, at least I finally got to hear that line without interrupting it.
Like you need another one of these.
Mr. Wilco, please rattle the handle on that commode. It is positively maddening.
You got it, Toot. I mean, right away, ma'am. Whatever I can do.
Please do it, and quietly. I must have my rest.
She always talks too much. What is she?
Mr. Wilco, it is time for me to take my meds. Please fetch my trisonic sortium from the medicine cabinet.
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I can get this old hag to overdose.
What was that, janitor?
Nothing, ma'am. I'll get those for you right away.
I don't think I want to turn my back on this woman again.
A porcelainite throne serves as the centerpiece of the bathroom. Things are stored in there, probably. It's incredibly common. It's a cabinet containing old Sharpay's drugs.
I can't find her medicine. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. Hey, what the...
While we await a fully formed thought from Roger, it should be mentioned that there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent.
Hey, there seems to be some sort of gas entering the room through the left vent. I seem to be in a world of deep... Ah, jeez, the door!
Well, I don't see what's wrong with the door.
Rats, it won't budge. I've got to get out of here somehow. No windows. The walls are solid bulkhead. And I'm too big to flush myself out of here. This is the only way. What would MacGyver do now?
She seems to be resting rather peacefully. That's not going to help. Move it, man! As fulfilling as a conversation with Sharpay might be, you can't talk to her in her current state.
Well, maybe I can use that remote to shut off the gas.
That's not going to help. Move it, man!
Well, guess not.
You realize your strength alone will be no match for the mechanized door. It feels slightly gritty. You suppress an urge to dust it. Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been. That's delightfully non-helpful.
Well, I guess the only thing I can really do is wait until I actually die from the gas. So let's cut that out.
And you thought the fumes from lactose intolerance were bad.
Alright, so the actual solution to this problem...
Not much going on there, eh?
What we need to do is grab the hydraulics from the crapomatic bed.
You give the piston a yank, and sure enough, it comes loose in your hands. Perhaps it was your raw strength. More than likely, it was defective. It's the crapomatic adjustable piston. You get fingerprints all over it.
But oddly enough, this is what we need to get the door open. And whenever Roger coughs, he forgets what you told him to do. Thank you.
Good thinking! Wedged in the door, the manual override control causes the piston to strain against the door. It pushes a few inches and seems to strain at that point.
Wilco!
Oh, hi, Stellar. What are you doing here?
There's no time to talk, Roger. We've got to get out of here now. 1, 2, 3.
Just as you crash to the floor of the turbo shaft, the hydro riser piston gives way. and the door slams shut, with Stellar still trapped inside. You claw and pull at the seams of the bulkhead door, but to no avail. Just then, you hear and feel an explosion which seems to have come from behind the door. The door is sealed tight. You can hear no other noise after the ear ringing from the blast subsides.
My God! I can't believe this! It can't be happening! She was... I was... Stellar!
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you have scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush, pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime, park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago. You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling, far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance, but you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her. Enough smarm already. Let's funeral!
Ladies and/or gentlemen, we assemble here today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stellar Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy. Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty. If a member of StarCon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance. I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I, could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this, person I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
Yeah, so I probably should have looked around before reading the eulogy. I didn't realize looking at it would do that. And this is the Hollow Suite.
The walls have a flat, nondescript finish, very deceiving when you consider what this room is capable of.
But that was our whirlwind romance plot for the game. And that's pretty much the last we'll be seeing of Stellar for a while, I suppose. Next time, we find something else to do.